you, everybody who is watching this fantastic video. My name is Olenjolai, TAYAI single. Simply just call me Olenjolai. I'm from Tanzania. This is our national flag. It's just like flying. We are living in a so beautiful country. We'd like to welcome the foreigners. If you're an international viewer or a national viewer, I would like to welcome you into this fantastic moment of learning the beauty of mathematics, basic mathematics for ordinary level students. I would like just to welcome you, first of all, into our great online contents, online video sharing. It's not like just like a YouTube, but it's online video sharing through training video sharing. That's called Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So this is our online school. We have almost 4 online schools. This is one of them. So we have also 2 institutions, online institutions. They are not the physical institutions or physical schools. These are online. So we are providing all our contents online. So it should be digitized. You should have a device. We call it just like a receiving device, and also should have an access of the internet for you to benefit on all the contents that we are teaching you. So whether you're national students or international students, you're welcome to enjoy, and I have a good news for you. And I would like just to spend a few minutes to remind you about the vision that we have in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So because you know that if there's no visions, people perish. So if there's no visions, Olenjolai is going to perish. You, as my beloved students, is going to perish. My alumni souls are going to perish. So the visions in my mind is this: God has given me an assignment to teach, to train, to incubate, to encourage, to mentor, and even to lead some group of students who will be ready to take the classroom instructions in basic mathematics, in additional mathematics, in science subjects, I mean biology, physics, chemistry, and agriculture, right? In order to combine with the knowledge from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible, of either translations or either accurate translation, which you call the manual, in order to solve real life problems. So simply, when somebody asks you that, what does Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School do? The answer it is one. We are training, we are teaching, we are incubating, we are encouraging, we are mentoring, we are leading students to take the classroom instruction from the formal instructions they used to get in school or even in our program, to combine with the knowledge of the Word of God from the Holy Bible in order to solve real life problems. So our visions has 3 parts. The first part, you have to understand and extract the knowledge from the classroom education. The second part, you have also to understand and extract the knowledge from the Holy Bible. And the third part, you combine these 2 knowledge, which are great powerful knowledge in the world. I want to tell you that in advance. You combine these 2 knowledge, and then you solve a real life problems, not just like examination problems that solve or find the value of x or solve the following simultaneous question. We mean that a real life problems like the one I'm solving myself right now through your demand, because I'm on the supply side, you're on demand side, right? So I want to just to explain to you in brief what does these visions mean, right? Myself, I'm a product of the classroom instructions in mathematics and science subjects. And also, I'm a product of the Word of God that's written in the Holy Bible. And I used to combine those 2 knowledge to solve real life problems. And I want to tell you that nothing is difficult. And no any problems that you can encounter in life, that if you have this, you have clear understandings on these 2 knowledges, on these 2 knowledge, nothing else will be impossible for you. I know that what I'm telling you, it might be taking years. For example, myself, God has been preparing for 11 years to teach on this digital platform since 2010 officially. 2010, I've been pouring my life on teaching students, on training them, regardless of their financial status, regardless of their backgrounds, regardless of their weaknesses. I don't care about them, but I used to incubate them, and I have more than 5,000 of the testimonies in the physical trainings that have been helped through Olenjolai. I'm not boasting myself, but by grace of the God. So our main objective in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School is to see our continuing students and graduating students in ordinary level solving real life problems. We have some specific objectives which possibly are the ones that troubling you. Our first specific objective we want to make all our students to love basic mathematics. Our second specific objectives, we want to make all our students to love physics from 1 to Form 4. Our third specific objective, we want to make our students to love chemistry. And also, later on, we'll have some other specific objectives once that we have a good platform in case of biology and even agriculture. So those are the few specific objectives. But another common specific objective for all the subjects that we would like to help all our students to pass the year continuing assessment, and also which we call DCA, and also like to help them to pass the certificate secondary education examination Form 2 and even Form 4. That is all about the classroom, to understand the classroom instruction. But again, we have another department in Tanzania online ordinary secondary schools that is called the Partners of the Kingdoms of Heavens, where we are going to equip you with the knowledge of the Word of God. From the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, possibly that even to the Revelation chapter 22 verse 21. So we'll be grasping so many concepts, and the Holy Spirit will be there to help us to comprehend those informations. And then you know what, the another assignment, how now we can mix. And the good thing that God is in our midst. God is in our midst. God is in our midst. God is here connecting these informations with you watching right now. So don't worry, we're gonna make it by the aid of, with the help of God. Okay, so I have so many information to share with you before I go into the sessions, but let me just share with you the last part, which weapons. So in Tanzania online ordinary secondary schools, we have some components of learning, we call them weapons, right? And these weapons are very important because they've been prepared by the legal authority. I'm teaching by using the syllabus of United Republic of Tanzania, but basic mathematics, the actual is universal. First of all, in Tanzania, we have never discovered anything else that you are going to learn, unfortunately, right? So this is a great inventions of the earliest mathematicians in the world, right? Who have been located mostly in Europe, in different European countries, German, French, British, so even Dutch. So we have so many scientists and mathematicians, great mathematicians who have done a lot of things there. Okay, so simply that we have the first weapons that you should have beside it. It's a syllabus that called Basic Mathematics Syllabus for Ordinary Secondary Educations from 1 through Form 4. So you need this book. You can order the book itself, or you can order the copy in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, because we are not only training students, but we are also equipping them. We are providing the material for them to go far as well as they can, because one of our main objectives is to let you understand basic mathematics for the Form 2, for instance, there, because it's for the Form 2. It means that more than we do understand, right? So you have to exceed us, because always a successful teacher is the one that makes his or her students to be successful more than him or her. Yes, you don't know. If you have been called by God to be a teacher, first thing that is going to cancel for the rest of your life, to be jealous, because if you be jealous, you won't provide the context, because you are afraid with your students they can be successful more than you. Okay, so another weapon is the textbook. So this is called the Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 2. I'm going to use this book, my dear students. So you should have it beside you. And we are also shipping this book. We are selling with a very cheap cost, because we know we are selling to the students. You can order it. We can send you in any of 31 regions of Tanzania, including Pemba and Zanzibar. Again, I have another weapons, which is question and answers, right? And this is Form 2 Mathematics Review. You can find also this content in our library. We have a library that comprises so many books of Form 2 Mathematics Review, which is problem solving from 2003 through 2019. We are going to use this book as a reference to know how questions of the nectar Form 2 have been asked. If you're an international student, just to check in your local library to know the books which will be helpful for you, because you should just check the contents. Again, we have another small book which is called the Mathematical for Figure. Okay, so we are going to use this one to learn radicals. For example, that is one of the components of this topic. We are going to use this one to learn logarithms. We are going to use this book also to learn trigonometrical function. So this is called the Mathematical for Figure, right? It's a 4 figure. So because all the answers have been expressed in 4 figures, right? 4 figures. This is the mathematical language of numbers. So make sure that you have it. You can order also all of these books. So you can order them, okay? And you can ship in any regions of Tanzania, so you can enjoy, right? can enjoy. Also, you should have an exercise book. So all of these books, you can find them in Tanzania online ordinary secondary school library. So you can order them in order for you to enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics for the Form 2. Well, so let us continue right now. So today, in previous sessions, we have done a great things, and today I would like to take you into another point. These contents are dedicated according to the Tanzania basic mathematics syllabus for ordinary secondary school, secondary educations from 1 to Form 2. Then these contents are being prepared for the pre-Form 2 and also for the Form 2 students. Or we call them class 10, right? Class 10. So just a quick review. So this is session, we are in session 2. The topic is called exponents and radicals. And then the subtopics, the first subtopics are called exponents. And we are in session 2, the power of factors. So let me do the quick review. Let me link this session with the previous session, right? So quick review. We had some lectures before. We had a lecture that titled Lecture 00, the general introductions of, so it's called the General Introductions of Basic Mathematics Form 2. This is just in short, but it has been written in a long words, right? These are initials. Also, we have already shared with you and sent to you Lecture 1 of the exponents and radicals. So this lecture 1, it contains so many contents. The first contents that you can find in lecture 1 is, I have mentioned first, I've shared with you about the big picture that you should have in mathematics, right? In basic mathematics Form 2, right? Basic mathematics in general, and let us focus into the Form 2. Then I mentioned to you 11 chapters or 40 of basic mathematics Form 2. Okay, what are those 11 chapters? The first one is what? Exponents and the radicals. The second one is what? The second one is called the algebra. The third one is called what? Quadratic equations. The fourth one is called what? Logarithms, right? The fifth one is called what? Congruence. So you have to continue up the 11th chapter, which is all about set. Okay, so 11 chapters, okay? And you can find them, so you have to review them before. Because I said the fifth is congruence, the sixth is similarity, the seventh topic is called geometrical transformation, the eighth is called Pythagoras theorem, and the ninth is called trigonometry, and the 10th topic is called the sets, and the 11th topic is called the statistics. And then we went into the topic of exponents, which is the first topic of first chapter of radicals, okay, of radicals. And then with this one, we found that we have some subtopics, 3 subtopics, which is called exponents, radical transformation of the formulas. So we learned that this one comprises also 3 subtopics, and we are going to begin with the first one. So 3 subtopics of 40 of exponent and radical. Again, before we ended that sessions, we mentioned the specific objectives. The syllabus of basic mathematics for ordinary secondary educations declare the specific objectives that the student has to achieve once he or she cover that particular subtopic. So specific objectives of 40 subtopics. And then finally, I close the lecture. With concepts. Concepts of what? Concepts of exponeting and what concepts we are going to cover, and radicals. But hopefully, I'm not sure. I think that I left homework 1, if I'm not mistaken. If I didn't leave it, don't worry, I'll leave homework 2 today. Okay, so that is all about what we have been discussing with you, and that's what we have introduced to you. So these contents are for pre-Form 2, for the Form 2, or for the class 10 in some of the countries. We call them class 10. So today we are in the topic on the subject of exponents. So let me write first this new term in your ears that called exponent. Say exponent. Say exponent. Remember that I told you basic mathematics Form 1, physics Form 1, and physics Form 2, and chemistry Form 1 in 2 languages, English and Swahili, in order to transform our friends or my students who are or who did the primary education in Swahili media, in Swahili primary media, right? Swahili media for the primary education. But I told you, once we get into the Form 2, I'm going to teach you everything in English language. So you're only welcome. I know you are pre-Form 2, you're only welcome into a very interesting session. Okay, so we have a word exponent. QN means, this means question, right? What is exponent? What is exponent? Ask yourself. Pause the video and ask yourself, what does the word exponent mean? Pause the video, pause, and then ask yourself, use the mouse to pause the video, right? Use the mouse of the computer or whatever of your phone, just to pause the video. Or you use your finger, possibly use the smartphone. What is exponent? Okay? There are so many reference books that are defining this term of exponent, but I will be giving you two definition. What is exponent? So you can even know ourselves what is exponent. Or some of the reference, they can ask you that this is just, let's say, first question. What is exponent? What is exponent? In maths. Okay, in maths. So one of the definitions state that exponent in maths, exponent, saves me exponent. So we say that an exponent, we say that is a number. This might be either a number, is either a number or a letter. Either a number or a letter written above and laid to the right of a mathematical expression. Mathematical expression called it the base. So this is one of the definitions. An exponent is either a number or a letter written above. Written where? Written above and to the right of the mathematical expression called the. So you have mathematical expression. This mathematical expression is called what? It's called the base. So this is one of the reference define what? Define exponent. So before I explain it and give you examples, let me again go to another reference. Okay. So you say that in exponent is a symbol. Is a symbol written above and to the right, above and to the right of a mathematical expression. Mathematical expression to indicate mathematical expression to indicate the operation of raising to a power. So this second definition say that is a symbol. So exponent is a symbol written above. You see the synonym, and to the right of mathematical expression to indicate the operation of what raising to a power. So you have two definitions, two important definitions. The first one, an exponent is either a number or a letter written above and to the right of the mathematical expressions called the base. Or so an exponent is either a number or a letter. So you have two possibilities of forming an exponent. Either you have a number or a letter, right? A number or a letter written above and to the right of the mathematical expression. So it will be written above and to the right of the mathematical expressions called the base. So it means that from these definitions, just this you got understanding, right? For you to understand. Okay, understanding, you have some keywords there. The first keyword is, first of all, this it can be a number or it can be a letter. A number or any letter, right? And hence we say that written above. Hence, this number or letter is written above. And also right to the mathematical expressions called base. So you have against another vocabulary called base. Right? So if we clarify that and see the keywords in the symbol. So here it's a number or a letter. So it means simply we call it in general number or letter in mathematics we call it a symbol, just like in algebra. Written above and to the right of the mathematical expressions to indicate the operations of raising to a power. So again, we have some new vocabularies in the second definitions, which means the symbol and power. I don't worry about them. So to clarify now, so it means that now an exponent, according to these two definitions, right? An exponent now in mathematics can be written as first of all have a mathematical expression which is base, right? And then where the above of the base is here. So we say that so what the range of exponent? So this is not exponent actually. Let me just let me write the general form. Okay, so this is called the general form. General form of what? Of exponent. Okay, general form of the exponent. So first of all, we have a number or mathematical expression which you call it base. Say base. So base can be a number or a letter, right? And then where the where the above and to the right of these mathematical expressions of base, it's here. So here is the print where we can write the exponent. So this is either a number, remember it can be a number or a letter. This also can be a number or a letter. Right? So then, what do we get if we take a base and then raise it with exponent? So from there, we find that this is the right side of the word base. It's above the word base. So you see that in this definition, first of all, we have base. I've already explained. Then you have an exponent, which is a number or letter, which is this one. Then you have above, right. So above, right. Above, not bottom. Above, right. Right? So that general forms of what of exponent is this one. So this is the general term, right? So then, the next three questions mathematicians ask yourself, how can you call now this number, which is, if it's a number, suppose that the base is the number and exponent is the number. How can you call it? So you call it power, right? So it means that now, a base with exponent, in mathematics, you call it power. So we say that the base raised to the exponent. In mathematics, it's called what? It's called the power. It's called the power. So I'm going to give you some examples. The subject of exponent is only in the world of mathematics, right? And it is a great contributions in our human life, in our daily life, and it's useful to solve real life problems. So it means that now, generally, right? Generally, so I say that we have power. And this power is equal to what? Base. And this base, power to exponent. So this is the general form of writing exponent. Right? Okay. So then, here we are. And examples. So examples, we have 2 power 4. Here another example, we have 4 power 6. Another example, we have 3 power 5. Another example, you can have a squared. This later to this one. Another example, we have b power 7. Another example, we have c power 3. Another example, we have 3 power x. We have another example, you can have 10 power x squared. Another example, you can have 10 or 11 power y. Another example, you can have, let's say that a power 2, no, a power 3. Another example also, you can have x power 2 plus x power, so say that let's say we have 2 power x plus y. So another example, you can have also maybe another number which is square root of what? Square root of 3 power x. Again, you can have even square root of what? Square root of 21 power what? Power y. Again, you can have that x cubic over y cubic. So all of these are examples of what? All of these examples of exponent. Right? So all of these examples of exponent. So these are examples of what? So these are what we call the exponent, 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 exponent. Right? So exponents are on top of exponent. So exponent, 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 exponent. And then we have another term we call 20. So this one, x squared equal to b power. A is the base, b power 7 equal to power, b is the base, 2 power 4 equal to power, 2 is the base, c power 3 is power, c is base, 3 power x is power, 3 is base, x is an exponent. 10 power x squared is what? It's power, right? It's power. And then 10 is the base, x squared is exponent. 11 power y is called the power, but 11 power t, 11 and y is called the exponent, and 11 is a base. A cubic, this is called the power. A is a base, 3 is exponent. So you see now how life is simple. You have to enjoy the beauty of exponent. Enjoy the beauty of exponent. Okay? So remember the topic I'm teaching you today is called the power of factors. I'll come into that topic here. So, again, I have a piece of information to share with you. The way, because I want you to understand, tell your neighbor that I'm responsible to understand the terms exponent. So even if you forget everything today, if you be asked what did you learn, in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School, and then you tell your friend or your parents, I learned about exponent. This is very important. Say again, exponent. So even if you forget everything, but remember that today I talked about exponent. So the word exponent, this word come from what? Come from Latin word. Come from what? Latin word. It's come from Latin word, right? It's come from Latin word. And this meaning, okay? So Latin word. So the word exponent means, so the word exponent comprises the word exponent comprises two words. Okay? Two words that are this Latin, that are, the first word is expo. Say expo. Expo. Okay? This is the first word. So expo meaning out of. Meaning out of. Then you have another word called the ponere. Ponere, meaning place. Meaning place. So you have two words, comprises two words that are expo, meaning out of, and poner, meaning what? Place. So expo, so it means meaning out of place. So the word exponent. So the word exponent in Latin, this is called the exponer. It's called what? Exponer. What does it mean? This means that out of place. Out of place means that you take a number into out of place. Which place? The normal place of the number is in base. So the word exponents come to mean different things. Means that different things. It means that this word means different things. The founder of exponents called the Nicolas Chiquesti, born in Paris, France, first used the exponents in the 15th century. Robert recorded, further developed the system of exponents. The first recorded modern use of exponent in mathematics was in the book of called Arithmetica Integral. Right? So that's the piece of information that I wanted you to know. So the father, maybe let me wait. This is very important. If you be teaching your children now, you have so much information. The father of exponent. How about you? You be father of what? He's called, he is the father of exponent. He's called the Nicholas. 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 You won't be asked an exam, but it's very important for you as a mathematician. Nicholas Chaput. And he discovered it in 15. So you see how century. So you see how the topic or the concept of exponent is all. Okay. Welcome to enjoy the beauty of basic mathematical form too. Okay. So then that's the piece of information. Before I take you into the power of factors, which is the title of this session too, let me teach you about the types of exponent. Tell your neighbor, now I'm learning about types of 40 of exponent. Tell your neighbor, I'm learning about types of 40 exponent. Types of 40 exponent. Say types of exponent. So basically, you can ask yourself these questions. What are the types? Are there types? What are the types of these arrangements of the number? What are the types of exponent? Can you ask yourself that question? What are the types of exponent? Well, so we say that in mathematics, there are two main types of exponents. Two main types of exponents, right? And these are the first one, we call it natural exponent. Natural exponent. The second one is called the natural exponent. The second one is called the common exponent. And the good news is, in this topic, we are going to cover only common exponent. We won't touch about natural exponent. You will enjoy the concept of natural exponent, especially that in one of my institutions that called the Online Diploma Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania, when we'll be getting into ordinary diploma in engineering or scientific courses. I will teach you also the concepts of the natural exponent when you join into advanced secondary educations, right? In a subject called Advanced Mathematics for the Form 5. So I'll be teaching about these concepts of Father of Exponent as a part of 40, first of all, as a part of functions, the topic of functions, but basically we're going to cover it in the topic of 40 algebra. Okay, so you have natural exponent and common exponent, right? So what the difference, or how can you distinguish them just in simple ways? So common exponent, we say that the common exponent, we say that the base, because the difference here is just the base. For the natural exponent, the base is E, right? Is E. While for the common exponent, the base, it can be either a letter or a number. So the difference is what is in base. So let's say common exponent, out of place or different to sing. Exponent, common exponent, right? So say common exponent. So you say that common exponent simply say that is exponent in which the base is either any decimal number. We don't know now the difference between decimal number. Any decimal number means that from what? From 1 to 9, right? Or any letter. Any letter is in alphabetical order, possible from A to what? A to Z. Okay, so this is the one that we form the common exponent that we are going to start. Let me give you examples of this, all of these examples that I've mentioned. So examples of common exponent. Examples of common exponent. The first example are these, right? The first one is 2 power 4, 2 power 2, 4 power 6, right? So the base is the number, any number. Okay, for the 2 power y power x, hence you have x is square. This is the common exponent. Then you have y square. Then you have y cubic. Then you have z square. All of these are common exponents. Then you have, let's say, 3a what? A cubic. We have possibly that b power 4. We have against what? 24 possibly that our x plus y. Then you have 31 power y square, etc., etc. So these are examples of what? Common exponent. So you see, you have just examined base, 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 base. So as I say that I want to just define the meanings of natural exponent, give you a few examples to distinguish them so I can prepare you, because I believe that you are going to pass your certificate secondary education examination. If you're international students, you are going to study, you are going to pass all the exams, especially in mathematics for the middle or in your middle schools or middle educations. So I believe that you will enjoy. So you'll enjoy the concepts of the natural exponent as long as you move. So let me prepare you in advance. So you say that the other ones is called the natural exponent. Natural exponent. Say natural exponent. So natural exponent simply that you say that this is the exponent, or it's exponential form, it's exponent, in which its base is what? Is E. Its base is E. E is a certain number in mathematics that we can see it. It's a certain number, which we don't write actual that, but we use it often in dealing with some mathematical numbers, mathematical problems. So it's exponents in which its base is what is E. So just to give you the value of E, it's a number, it's a decimal number. So E, this is the number which this is representing 2.71. It's a unique number. 8281, then 828. Okay? So simply it means that once you find a natural exponential number, then you find that a natural exponential number, and you find that its base is defined as this. If you use a computer to evaluate this exponential, this E, you'll find that it's more than this number of digits. How many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the capacity of the display of this certificate calculator, which you can see on 991. Okay? So again, so you say that let me give you a few examples, because I say that I want to prepare you. Okay, I want to prepare you to master advanced mathematics or basic engineering and scientific mathematics for ordinary diploma. Okay, so it means that near future, just after 2 years, you're gonna be there. So examples of natural exponent, right? So natural exponent. So these examples that you can have E squared. So this is a natural exponent, right? And have also E cubic. And have also E power 4. And have also E power X. And have very common, E power Y. You can have also E power radical of 2. And have also E power radical of 7. And have also E power Y over E power B. Okay? Can have also E power I. Can have also E power J. Can have also E power I theta. Right? This is still natural exponent. Okay? Can have also E power X plus Y, etc., 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 etc. That is all about 30 natural exponent. Say natural exponent. So you have common exponent, you have natural exponent. What did they teach you up to this moment? What the meanings of exponent? What are examples of exponent? What the meaning? Where does the word exponent come from? And that's who the father of exponent. And right now, I've already told you about types of exponent. We have natural exponent and common exponent. But in this chapter of exponents and the radicals for the Form 2, we are going to cover only common exponents. And I told you that you have to pull up your source and do so well in basic mathematics, Form 2, basic mathematics, Form 4, or maybe class 10 and class 12, so that you'll keep on learning advanced mathematics or basic engineering and scientific mathematics, where that will be together. Because for instance, right now I'm teaching you in Form 2. Believe me that I'm teaching you physics, chemistry, and basic mathematics in Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. So we are going to be together until you graduate your ordinary secondary education. Is it interesting? Tell me in the comment section, please. You understand? Tell us that you're enjoying this content from which school, from which city, from which region. So those are the examples. So you say that not before. So you say that in this topic, which topic? In this topic of exponents and what? And radicals, right? This topic of exponents and radicals, right? This topic of exponents and the radicals. This topic of exponents and radicals. Okay? We are going to learn what? We're going to learn only, or we're going to cover only common exponent. Common exponent. That's what you're going to do. Okay, so in case that you have any question concerning about what I've taught you or what I'm teaching you right now, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment sections. I like your questions so much. Don't hesitate to ask in the comment section here, right? I'm waiting, and also make sure to submit your homework. So remember that the general term for the exponent, for the common exponent, is that the general form of common exponent now. However, that we just call it common. We call just this, we call it exponent. For natural, we have to mention natural, but for the common, we just call it exponent. So once we find a word called exponent, that means that it is what in common exponent. So general form of the common exponent is given as what? Power of A, possibly an exponent of n. This might be equal to something else. Okay, so this is, we call it is equal to what? So if that's the case now, we have to see that what happens if we take this base, means we take power and number, it means that in one power we multiply with another power, multiply with another power. And that's the point where we get this concept. So today we call it the power of factors. The power of factors. The power of factors. Say with me, the power of factors. Again, the power of factors. So what is power of factors? What is the meaning? What is the meaning of the power of factors? Okay? So power of factors simply say that this is the product. So this is the product. Is a product of. So power factor is a product of factors which are alike. So remember the word power, it means that this is the number which contains what? A base and the what? Exponent. And why do we call it power? Because for instance here we have a base of 2. Then we raise this 4. So we have increased the power of this number base 2. Why? Because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you get what? 2 times 2, you get 4. Times 2, you get 8. Times 2, you get 16. That's why that 2 power 4 is called the power in mathematics, because with the concept of exponent, we are increasing the power of the number or a letter. So it's the products of factors which are alike, that the meanings of what? Of power. So let me do some examples and then end the session. Okay? So we have example 1. Possibly I left example 1 in session 1, but let me just ignore it because I've already answered. Write the expanded form of this. So the question asked me that, write the expanded form of what? Write the expanded form of a 2 power 3 b k power 5 c negative 3 power 6 3 power 6 3 power 6 m power n, so d m power n. Write the expanded form of a 2 power 3 b k power 5 c negative 3 power 6 and d m power n. So in order to make you competent, how many questions do you have there? 4. I'm going to do 3 and I leave 1 for you to try. So 2 power 3, k power 5, negative 3 power 6, and m power n. So write them in expanded form. Okay, so solution. So these are the examples that teaching you about the power of factors. So you have Roman 1. The first one is called what? 2 power 3. So in expanded form, this is base, this is what? This is exponent, right? So this one is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. That's the answer. Don't think that the questions for the nectar from 2 are simple like that, or the question for the annual exams, maybe for the form 2 or the national exam easy like this one. This is just where it begins, because remember always Olenjolai begins to build the house from the foundation. So this is still foundation. So then we have b. b it is what? K power 5. So k power 5. So this is what? This is equal to finite exponent number. Why finite? Because it means that the exponent it's a number. When the exponent is a number, it means that it's finite. It's defined. The number of terms can be counted. So this one is k times k times k times k times k. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So you have 5 terms. Okay, so let me do all the parts for this question. Because maybe I know that you are afraid. You say, oh, sir, this is just the first example. So you're giving us difficult questions and you are doing simple one. So this negative 3 power 6. Negative 3 is the base and this is the exponent. And then negative 3 power 6 we call to power. So in this one we say that this is equal to negative 3 times negative 3 plus negative 3. How many times? 6 times, because the exponent is the number that will multiply itself, or the base, the number that multiplies itself. So negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 plus negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're being asked only to write in the expanded form. You are not asked to write this number in, maybe to write the value after you take this, multiply by this, multiply by this, multiply by this one, multiply by this one, multiply by this one. Even this one, you're not allowed to write the answer, because you are being asked to write in exponent form. So leave the answer in this form. Don't say that this is equal to 8. However, it's true, but that is not you have been asked. So then we have D now. D, Roman D is m power n. So this is equal to infinite, infinite exponent. nth base, it's a letter, nth exponent, it's a letter also. So n, with this n, we don't know that how many terms are there. So it means that we use this technique to write. We say that, okay, we take m times n when n is equal to 1. And here when m is equal to 1, right? Yeah, so it's equal to 1. Then multiply itself by m. Just like here, suppose this 6 is, so you take m times m times m times m. So we go by m, but this is continuous because you don't know where we hit m. So multiply with certain is m. And n factors. So then write in bracket this one. We have n what n factors. Here you have how many factors? 3 factors. 1, 2, 3. You have how many factors? 5 factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So exponent is the one that is in the number 40 factors. This one exists. How many factors? 6 factors. Okay, so that is the first example. And that's the good news for you, right? So now let us go. Let us continue with example 2. Get prepared to have the homework. And all of these examples refer secondary basic mathematics. Similar to this one. I took it from secondary basic mathematics. So now we have a question which is reversing. Write each of the following in power form. Write each of the following in power form. In power form. So you have A. This is 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's A. Then you have B. B is a fraction, negative 3 over what? Over 4 times what? Negative 3 over 4 times what? Negative 3 over 4 times what? Negative 3 over 4. Then you have Roman C. So this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Then here we are in D. G7. So you have that questions example 2. And just refer in this book, just refer page 2. Second page. Write each of the following in power form. Which form are they? Exponent form. Solution. You can do this question by inspection just to check. A. How many 6 do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the answer here will be 6 power 8. Okay, then we go for B. For B, this is B. This is the repeated number. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's powerful. This is negative 3 over 4. Right? You go for C. You're allowed to pause the video and tell yourself and then come back to check. C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 10 plus 6. You have 10 power 6. Then you have D. You have -7, there's -7, there's -7. So I did also all the examples so that it will give you a good homework. So 6 by 8. Okay. Let us go to example 3. Example 3 asks you that to indicate. Indicate the power. Base. Indicate the power, base, and exponent in each of the following. Indicate the power, base, and exponent in each of the following. Exponent in each of the following. A, 4 power 3. B, -10 power 6. C, let's see, it is x power n. So in each question there, you have to show it to indicate the power, base, and exponent in each of the following. 4 power 3, -10 power 6, x power n. Solution. You have A is 4 power 3. So you have to indicate your power. So power, so for an A. Power, right? So from an A power, this is equal to 4 power 3. So power, right? And then it's being asked to show base. Base 4 from an A is 4. Then we're being asked to show exponent. Exponent is what? 3. So power is 4 power 3. Base is what? 4. Exponent is 3. Base is 4. Exponent is 3. Do you have any doubt? Power is 4 power 3. 1 Base is 4. You see there. Then exponent is 3. So for 1b, we are looking for power first. For 1b again, for this one, the power is negative 10 power 6. Okay, so we say that the power is negative 10 power 6, and the base, in this case, is equal to negative 10. And hence I have exponent. So exponent for this case is 6. Right? I believe that you've understood. C has x power n power, and that expression is x power n. Then, after x power n, we need to know the base. Base. What the base of that exponent? The base of this exponent is negative 10. Then we got exponent. Let's calculate exponent. So exponent is equal to it. Exponent is equal to n. So this is power, base, exponent. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my end of this session 1. Session 2. Let me leave the homework for you. So let me give you a simple question. So this is homework 2. Say homework 2, because I provided you in session 2. Session 2, example what? Example 4. Find the value of each of the following. Find the value of each of the following. So of each of the following. A power 0, A power 4, A power 4. So A, it is 3 power 4. B, it is negative 5. Okay, so B is negative 5 power 3. Then C, you have to find for negative 7 square. Then D, you have to find for 2 power 6. That is. So make sure that you do this homework and submit your solution in the comment section below. Find the value. So the questions ask you to find the value. You didn't ask it right in expanded form or in power form. Find the value. So think. What does it mean? What does the questions mean? It's find the value. I've told you already. I've told you, and I've recommended in a certain exam that don't do this. So what you've been asked that don't do in the previous session, you mean that you have to do it here. So I've been teaching you about this session 1, the subtopic of exponent. So I thank God who have created me in His image and likeness. I thank God who are with me, who have been with me and gave me a great gifting of teaching digitally national students and international students. I thank God who is with you right now when you're watching this content. And then I thank God that you have got a chance that to share these contents with your colleagues, or your friends, or your classmates. So well, this is the good news that I have in this time. I'm still praying for you. You have also to pray for me, because that we have a battle in this planet, yes. You have to overcome it. Remember the real life, the visions of what to us is what? So the vision is we want to see you with learning-based mathematics. Then you are taking the concepts in artist subject and make grades. So don't be and even that be focused in basic mathematics for the rest of your life. Okay? So that's the key point that you have to remember in this content. And we are going to cover so many of the stuff. So you have to be obedient, you have to be courageous, you have to go to school, you have to get into the class. In order for you to grasp other concepts, if you can combine with this, you go a longer distance. Okay, so that's the end of this session. I invite you in session 3, where I'll be taking you into the next step. So, yes, so it means that you will have another session of exponents. So you have to stay focused and stay tuned for the rest of your life, because right now, I find that the light, what it has been obtained, or it has been following at Uchichin in the Islam, and right now it's in your hands. So you find that these truths of science exploding everywhere. Okay? So that's what we have to make sure to do. So that, and also invite you in the session 3, where I'll take you further and further and further. Stay focused, stay blessed, and see you when we have our next session of basic mathematics from 3.